Click the link down in the description below to go to aoea.com for all your Remnant 2 needs, and use code LOSTDAYS to get savings off your order. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Remnant 2 video. In today's video, I'm doing a little bit different. I'm doing a face cam, going over a web page with all the different patch notes. So, a little different, unedited and everything, just giving you my true opinions, just going over here, going over the web page, going over all the different changes. There's a crap ton in here before we get into the DLC. So I'll have this link for the patch notes. I already posted it on the community page, but in case anybody comes in from the video, I'll post that in the link in the description down below. So without further ado, right into it. So I zoomed in quite a bit, so that way you guys can take a look at that to have a better visual on the text. So of course we have the new Invoker archetype. If you guys haven't seen that video, I did an Invoker archetype showcase. Link in the cards will be up top there. And then so first off, Forgotten Kingdom storyline is automatically woven into all of the new campaigns. If you wish to experience the Forgotten Kingdom right out of the box, head to Adventure Mode from Ward 13, Worldstone, and select One Shot. As with the original DLC, this will populate Adventure with DLC content, allowing you quicker access to the newest quests, NPCs, enemies, and of course loot. Of course, this was just like when the Awakened King come out. There was the one-shot mechanic, which I think is a good thing. It allows you to access all of the new dungeons first. Everything will be new, and then you can go back and re-roll, and then you'll have older dungeons mixed in with the new stuff. So just like the Awakened King would be saved for Forgotten Kingdom. Alright, so some general stuff: added support for DLSS, some quality of life fixes, some user interface fixes, general stuff, adjusted melee window after exiting a ladder, increased buffer window for melee after all forward evades, increased buffer window for melee after ultra heavy neutral evade. So just some stuff for the melee from dashing and stuff. Increased movement speed cap from 150 to 200%. The bleed status effect versus players properly halves healing when triage is active. Versus enemies reduces empathy and regenerator effectiveness by 50%. See what else. Exposed debuff increases incoming damage by 15% from all sources. So exposed, I believe this is I want to say there's the new Invoker ability that will apply exposed, and then there's a couple other ones. I want to say there's an amulet that applies exposed as well, so that'll change too. Some shooting range, increase the active infinite ammo damage trigger volume, added mod charges and skill charges to trigger volume, fix the DPS meter from disappearing when certain damage values were reached. They increase spawn rates of aberrations for people on lower difficulties. See, alright, so getting into some of the traits fixes. So Dark Pact changed from reduced gray health regen to gray health conversion rate. And the dev note they have here is they found the original design of the Dark Pact to be too niche. They changed it over to conversion rate to have overall interactions. Especially with the updated gear. So we'll see how that works. The Glutton trait is going from 30 to 35, so it got a 5% buff. Handling got nerfed, reduced max value from 40 to 30. They felt, though, as the spread reduction was a little too high, especially with the, I think there's a relic fragment that you can also reduce, like reticle spread and stuff like that. So Wayfarer is getting removed. Combined bonus with swiftness trait. Okay, so they're combining Wayfarer with swiftness. So those two will have a dual effect. Resonance. Remove trait combined bonus with that. Oh, okay, so that makes sense. So resonance and amplitude will have the same effect on one another. Alright, so they're just... So they buffed Glutton, nerfed handling a little bit, and then they combined two traits into one. Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, so here's the archetype changes. So for Hunter, Prime, melee weak spot hits also extends skill duration. Hunter's Focus, add a 0.75 second grace period when leaving ADS. Okay, so you won't lose the Hunter's Focus right away. You'll have a little bit of a time. And then removed crit bonus. Wow, really? And then mark. So the general mark on enemies will have a reduced crit chance bonus from 15 to 10. Damn. They reduced crit on this. Challenger, skill, Rampage, reduced initial Rampage fire rate from 15 to 10. Rampage adjusts melee window after Berserk activation. It will be sooner. And then the perk, reduced all crit chance from 10 to 5. Man, they're really buffing the crit chance, or nerfing the crit chance here. On all the stuff. Perk, fixed an issue causing benevolence from working consistently. Still medic, still good. Okay, so nothing medic. Handler, increased armor of very good boy from to 50% DR. Okay. Companion bleed no longer counts as a unique bleed. Fixed an issue preventing petting very good boy while wearing atonement fold. Very good got a bit tougher. Also, not being able to pet him is inexcusable. Okay, so we'll be able to pet him while we're wearing the atonement fold ring. Alright, so Gunslinger. Alright, looks like we've got a few changes here. So Prime, casting a skill while ammo buff is active will properly refreshes duration. Okay. Quick Draw no longer consumes excess skill duration. Skill Sidewinder, increased duration from 12 seconds to 60 seconds. Holy shit. Reduce cooldown from 80 to 50. Okay, so Sidewinder is getting a like a buff, I guess. Obtaining ammo reduces duration by 10 seconds. Oh, so if you... Wait, what? So if you obtain ammo, it reduces the duration of the skill by 10 whole seconds. And reduce swap speed bonus from 50 to 35. Okay, so it got a little bit of a change. Like, it got a buff and then a nerf at the same time. So they got the note here. Been a single most powerful skill in the entire game since launch. However, it required some skill, and only 0.01% of players were using it. Or top players. Generally only used for single-shot weapons. So with this duration, hardcore players can still enjoy the swapper style, and everyone else can utilize the excellent ADS movement buffs and still have plenty of time to utilize free reloads. Sidewinder will not subtract duration if swap does not grant ammo. Okay. Alright, so Sidewinder's getting a little bit of change there. So maybe some interesting gunslinger builds. Alright, so Summoner. Summoner's got a few changes. So Prime. Ruthless, sacrificing and ranged minions deals more damage based on their HP. Changed Flyer sacrifice projectile from skill to skill plus explosive. Reduce Flyer sacrifice projectile damage to compensate for 2 times damage types. I wonder what that means. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys know what that means. Increased armor of the minions, Hollow, and Minion Flyer have a 40% damage reduction, and armor of... Okay, so they buff the armor of the minions, so Reaver has 50% damage reduction. And fixed an issue that sometimes causes me to despawn when using yellow doors. I'm assuming those are the doors that you go in, like in and out of different areas. So, okay, so Summoner is getting a little bit of a change, buffing the minions as well. Okay. Alchemist, for all the vials, fixed an issue preventing proper cooldown behavior. Okay. So that's... Alright, so that was pretty much it. So like a bug fix. Alright, Engineer. We've got a few changes here. So adjusted all turrets base crit damage from 110% to 150%. Holy shisha. Increased armor of all turrets. 50% damage reduction. Reduced movement speed cap of heavy from 200% to 150%. Metal Worker, which I believe is the perk. Reduced range skill crit chance from 10 to 5. Man, they are nerfing the crit chance here on all fronts. Increase turret mode damage from 0.4 to 0.5 of carry damage. Flamethrower Increase burn from 50 over 10 seconds to 150 over 10 seconds. It increased ammo cost of turret mode from 10 to 15 on the flamethrower only. Okay. And then the traits, they are going to shift -1 expertise and give you +1 endurance. Okay. So, some changes there on the engineer. So, we'll have to take a look at that. Engineer was one of my most loved, like, when I first played Remnant, like, it was, like, one of the first secret archetypes I unlocked. And I had a blast playing with that one. Whoa! Archon, my boy! Archon! Got a hell of a change. Let's take a look. So the Prime perk now gets a removed mod generation percentage bonus. So why play Archon? Increase the max level base mod generation from 3 to 6 to 1530. Spirit Within, removed reference to mod power refund over time. Power Leak, reduced base gain from 200 to 100. And then skills. Reality Rune added automatic mod gen while inside Dome. Okay, so they took it out of the Prime perk. Now there's a mod gen inside the Reality Room. Okay. So Chaos Gate. So Chaos Gate actually got a buff before this patch notes came out. So it was like 15% or I think it was 30% damage, and then they buffed it up to 50. So let's see what they changed here. So damage dealt and taken debuff grants stacks up to 50 times. Okay, so you either deal damage or you take damage. Okay, that's interesting. Reduce total damage buff from 50 to 35. Okay, so they reduced the damage buff. And reduce bonus mod gen from 20 to 5. Jesus. So it seems like, okay, so both Reality Rune and Chaos Gate still give you mod regen. So it's like they're taking it away from the Prime perk and putting it in the skills. Alright. So Havoc Form. Havoc Form got a lot of changes here. Alright, so increase speed of entering and exiting. Okay, that's good. Canceling Havoc Form refunds some skill cooldown. Yes! I've been asking for that for so long. Reduce cost of blink, reduce cost of shield. Because it felt like all you could do was the lightning attack. You couldn't use the shield, like you used the shield like for like a second and your skill went away. So that's pretty cool. Increase base movement speed, increase firing movement speed. Enabled momentum to continue during Havoc End. And sped up recovery of Havoc End, can move and act faster. Okay, so they pretty much gave Havoc Form a buff, a big buff. So it looks like Havoc Form will be interesting to use now. So what do they have to say about this? Archon had received significant changes. Yeah, no shit. The original Prime was generating far too much mod power compared to every other source, while the ticking mod gen was falling flat. We've made some large changes to how the Archon generates mod power, now drastically increasing the ticking rate and giving Reality Rune a much more utility. Havoc also received a few changes, which now allow you to stay active longer, feel more responsive, and get back into the action quicker. Oh, alright. Alright, so Invader. Shark, these are the stacks that you get for moving. Like, every time you sprint or move, you get these stacks that give you, like, damage buffs. Stacks are properly removed when unequipping the archetype. Fixed an issue preventing stacks while sprinting with a heavy weapon. Okay, that's good. Wormhole procs perfect dodge evade bonuses. Ooh, okay. Kari Warband. It's an issue on causing clipping errors when interacting with ladders. Okay. Explorer starting melee weapon changed to shovel. Okay, so Explorer stays the same. Ritualist, their most latest archetype, besides the Invoker. So Ritualist, Wrath, fixed an issue preventing skill mod summons from getting damage bonus. Reduce crit chance from 10. Again, reducing the crit chance on all the classes, bro. Skill, Eruption. So that's the one where you can proc, like he does a little fist pump. When you have multiple negative status effects, the more damage it does. So Eruption increased base cooldown to 30. Okay, so we have a not much larger, but we have a longer cooldown. Added interaction with slow. So now it applies slow and no longer requires a line of sight to spread the vial. Okay, so vial is the prime perk that spreads the negative status effects when you kill enemies. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Eruption now applies slow. Miasma reduced base damage from 500 to 300. Okay, so Miasma got a little nerf, but it's not really about the damage, about those status effects. Death Wish increased damage from 35 to 50. Okay, and now affected by skill duration bonuses. And they changed the trait loadouts, -1 endurance, +1 spirit. Okay, so Death Wish got a huge damage buff. So might be some builds around there. Maybe maybe a Death Wish Invoker build? Oh, I don't know. We'll have to see. Alright, so now we're getting into some of the weapons. So Assassin's Dagger now applies weak spots from behind an enemy. Okay. So now you can automatically apply a weak spot when you're behind somebody. So Wormhole. Ooh, wait, hold on. So Wormhole procs perfect dot evade bonus. Akari Warband applies weak spot damage. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. There's plenty of testing coming and plenty of builds coming. Don't you worry, guys. Alright. So removed additional buff when attacking bleeding targets. Oh, that kind of sucks. And reduced base damage from 41 to 35. We wanted this to feel more assassin-ish. World's Edge got a nerf. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, but we'll see. We'll have to. Well, this is all just stuff we're reading. Once we get in game and download the patch and start playing with stuff. But they reduced abnormally high impact. Excuse me. Stagger, reduce base damage on wave, and reduce crit chance. Again with the crit chance, guys. Spectral Blade, fix an issue that prevent. Okay, so that's a bug. Stonebreaker, reduced impact scalar from 10% to 5%. Remove double damage stacking on charge attack. Okay, so okay, all right. Atom Splitter, increase weak spot modifier from 90 to 95. Crit chance. Okay, this is the only thing I've seen got increased crit chance. Impact scalar from 6 to 7. Projectile width of neutral back charge. Okay, so more. Okay, so Atom Splitter got a buff. So they nerfed World's Edge and gave Atom Splitter some love. Hero Sword, reduce stamina cost for charge swing and reduce minimum stamina required to fire the projectile. Okay. Huntress Spear, adjusted charge release window to be earlier. Increase weak spot modifiers from 100 to 110 and reduce crit chance from 6 to 5. Okay, so they balanced the spear a little bit. Smolder, the fire sword, increased burning damage from 150 to 200 over 5 seconds. It's a okay, so a small damage, little small damage burn buff. All right, so here are the standard guns. I don't really use the standard ones, so we're just gonna quickly skim through this. Repeater gets increased mag size, increased fire rate. MP40R, increased reserved by 42, so you have additional magazine. Silverback model, increase ammo capacity. Sure Shot got increased damage, total ammo, and increased reload speed. Tech 22 increased reserves, but okay, so Tech 22's got some more magazines, and increased reload speed. Nice reload buff. Well, if you're increasing reload speed, then that's a nerf. Unless they mean that it reloads faster. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. That makes no sense. Service Pistol, increased magazine size from 9 to 10, and increased reload speed. Western Classic, I don't really use that. So increased all around. Increased. Double Barrel, reduced damage, reduced fire rate, slightly reduced reload. Increased minimum damage fall off. Okay, so are we getting into... Okay. Rupture Cannon. Oh, this is... Oh, that's like the... That's the Narud Magnum. Alright. Increase deal range, reduce fire rate, reduce recoil. Bolt Driver, increased fire rate, and increased projectile speed. So Bolt Driver got a little buff. Huntmaster, increase reserves by 7, so whole mag, and split fire bolt action animations to allow faster shoot and move behavior. Wrangler, which is the lever action, increase reserves, so that got a little bit of a buff. The pulse rifle, significantly reduce horizontal recoil and slightly increase vertical recoil. So looks like that'll have a little bit more of a good recoil balance. Widowmaker, increased reload speed. That's the one-shot sniper. That's pretty cool. Crossbow, I don't think anybody uses that damn thing. Royal bow, increase fire rate from 4.3 to 5.3, reduce and increase reload speed. Sparkfire, the awesome shotgun that they added in the last DLC, slightly reduced fire rate from 1.4 to 1.3, slightly reduced reload speed. I mean, it's not that bad. It is probably going to be a very minuscule change. All right, so special guns. So Hellfire mod, increase base damage and increase the fire DOT from 150 over 5 seconds to 250 damage over 10 seconds. So a little bit of a buff there. That's pretty cool. Hellfire got some love. The Rune Pistol got some love. Increased damage from 15 to 16. Increased reload speed, reduce horizontal recoil, and forces auto reload on activate if any rounds are available. Okay, so they're starting to do. Okay, so some of the weapon or like the bullet mods, like the hot shot and the corrosive rounds, like when you activate it, like you automatically reloaded the gun. So now they're starting to do force auto reload from the reserves to make sure that your mod does the most damage. That way you don't got to reload after activating the mod. And this only usually happened on the special weapons that already have built-in mods. So that's a good change. Yeah, that is a good change. I like to see that. Corrupted Rune Pistol, increased damage, reduce recoil. Okay, so Meridian, fix an issue preventing from dealing damage at long distances. The Sorrows, projectile speed got increased, primary fall-off range got increased, reduced recoil. Alright, so just quality of life stuff for this stuff. Starshot, the explodey gun, increased reload speed and reduced mod requirement from 630 to 420. So they even, so that's okay. So they increased the reload speed, but reduced their mod requirement. You and your team are definitely gonna die. Good luck. Okay, thanks, devs. That's awesome. But yeah, we have reduced mod requirement now. The cube gun, increased projectile speed, move the callback trigger earlier in the manual reload animation. No longer triggers reload behaviors when projectiles return to weapon, and fixed an issue preventing some player projectiles from penetrating cube. Corrupted cube gun. This was probably the worst corrupted weapon they could add in the game, so let's see what they put. Reduce heat per shot, reduce heat wind up time, increase heat reduction rate, reduce heat reduction decay, reduced secondary fall off range, adjusted projectile hitbox for more accurate contact, mod, increase heat reduction rate, and fixed alignment to player instead of world space. Okay, we'll have to see. This was probably one of the worst corrupted weapons they could have. So Anguish got a buff in the most recent patch before this one comes out. So we'll see how this one got changed. Reduce base damage. Okay, so nerf damage. Reduce charge time to perfect shot. Reduced ideal range. The mod forces auto reload. Okay, so that's good. Increased mod requirement, so they're increasing the mods. Adjusted low health damage boost curve. Added text regarding damage bonus to lower HP enemies. And fixed improper scaling of explosive damage modifiers. Okay, so it got like a... I'd say it got like a more of a balance. I don't feel like this is it's a slight nerf, slight buff. Like, again, we'll have to see. I don't even think I have I think I need to unlock Anguish is the next gun I need to get. Sagittarius, the bow, refactored to allow stars to pulse damage in the entire AoE. Oh, much more viable for hitting grounded targets. However, you may find it trickier to deal with pesky flying mode. Primary fire will work. Alright. Merciless. Increased projectile speed. Greatly increased reload speed. Thank you. If this is what they mean by increased reload speed, if it's like a buff to that reload is so slow. Increased speed of reticle compression, so you can activate the bleed sooner, reduce bleed damage, and increase the cost. So again, this is more of a balance, but this looks like a good balance for the Merciless. Corrupted Merciless, increased weak spot bonus, good. It's a small tweak, but it's good. Change to require 3 weak spot hits before reloading instead of in a row. Okay, so that's a good change, because not everybody can all hit weak spots 3 in a row. Fixed an issue causing incorrect interactions with extended magazine size. Alright, so this is a good change. The Nightfall. Good old Nightfall. Increased projectile speed, reduced damage, increased fire rate, overall DPS increase, increased magazine capacity. Okay, good, good. And increased total ammo. Okay, so it gave us more in the mag. Okay. Twisted Arbalest, slightly increased reload speed. Simple, not a game changer, but feels nice. Okay. Corrupted Twisted Arbalest, lower reserves. Okay, so Deceit, the mod. So this is all mod changes. So Deceit added melee damage to ring swords and thrown swords. Increased damage of single thrown swords from 100 to 125. Reduced damage of charged thrown swords from 125 to 50. Reduced proximity ring sword damage. And added clarification text for charged melee fragment debuff. So this just feels like... This just feels like this is, yeah. Corrupted to see added melee damage to Saw Blade. Alright. Monarch properly scales with mod duration bonuses. The king doesn't really... the king doesn't really need any more wins. Oh, okay. And, alright. Plasma Cutter. Slightly reduce heat buildup. Increase weak spot modifier. Oh, that's good. Lower reserve, so we have less reserve, and added a slight heat decay delay after firing. The Savior, the basic Savior, lowered base damage, oh, damn, increased perfect charge modifier, increased overcharge modifier, increased fire rate, increased reload speed, reduced by 1 magazine, and the mod removes weak spot / kill requirement for fragments. Okay. This is, okay. We'll have to see how that works. Again, guys, this is going to be a lot of testing. A lot of testing. Corrupted Savior. The freaking OP-ass Corrupted Savior. What are they doing? Reduced magazine size. Reduced total ammo. Increased base fire rate. Okay, so it shoots a tad bit faster. Reduced max fire rate at full mod power. So it doesn't, I guess we don't have our minigun anymore. Reduced recoil. Reduced vertical recoil. Increased reload speed. Added a new reticle for clarity. And then the mod. Reduced mod cost. Added activate animation. Increased fire speed by 300%. Now reloads 20% primary ammo per charge consumed, and added new reticle for clarity. This bad boy came out of the gate super hot, heavily overperforming in most categories except mod. We wanted to more back and forth between primary fire and the mod, so we can have. So we made a few adjustments to make casting it more appealing, and you can now build up the mod much quicker, fire it faster, and reload back into the primary magazine. Okay, so. Again, a little bit of quality. This seems like all quality of life and balancing and stuff. So it's like you get a few nerfs and then more buffs, and then a few nerfs and a lot of buffs. Aphelion. Alright. Full auto fire, so you can just hold down the trigger now. Significantly increased the width of the wave. Significantly increased. Okay, we'll have to see how big that fire wave is. Increased vertical thickness. So, okay. Adjusted visual effects. Increased primary fire projectile speed. Removed almost all recoil on wave. Removed all aim assist on wave. And then the mod, increased collision size on orb, reduced recovery on fire, increased deactivation speed, increased projectile speed from 350 to 850. Okay, so it shoots faster now, like it travels faster, and generates 1 primary ammo on fire. And then corrupted, holy shit. Corrupted Affiliate, increased mag size, reduced the total ammo, increased projectile, primary fire projectile speed, increased damage, reduced fire rate, increased reload speed. This is, like, again, all quality of life stuff. Like, this is insane. The Alpha Omega, this is the end, we're for beating the game. Reduced windup time, reduced base damage, lowered fire rate, increased reload speed, greatly reduced horizontal recoil, reduced vertical, fixed an issue causing lower damage when charge speed was greatly reduced, and increased projectile speed on the mod, and beta ray detonation is prioritized over reload. Alright, so now we have... Sorry, where'd I go? Star Killer. This is the, like, this is, I believe this is the one that shoots the black hole. It's like a DMR. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Reduced horizontal recoil. So again, changes to or for quality of life and feel. Changes to the mod, however, were made to the goal of returning Star Killer to its former glory, or at least close. It was pretty crazy before. Okay. Repulsor. Greatly increased reload speed. Reload speed was the biggest pain point for most players on the Repulsor. Okay, so they're fixing that. Spore Bloom, increased fire rate. Reduce secondary fall off, removed explosive damage. Oh, what? They removed the explosive damage on the mod? The cloud applies haste to allies. Okay, so it helps out allies now. The cloud, the DOT no longer deals friendly fire damage. Okay, that's good. And reduces charges from 2 to 1. Okay, so we can't do 2 charges. Okay. Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright, so now we're in mods. Swappable mods, blood draw, some fixes, bore. They increased the duration and the weak spot modifier. Reduce the charges, though. You can only get 1, and they increase the mod cost. Okay, so it's not as... probably not as frequent, but... hey, I mean... I feel like this is a good change for Boar. Energy wall, they increased the size. The familiar... fix an issue causing it to attack summon minion. Okay, so that's the bug fix. Fargazer. Fix the bug allowing more than 1 Fargazer. No longer scales with status duration. Firestorm probably scales with mod duration bonuses. Okay. I feel like we're getting some mod duration equipment here. Because that's not the first time we've seen this. I feel like we're getting some mod duration amulets or rings or something like that in the new DLC. The Night Guard. Damage type changed to physical plus mod. No longer applies the curse and no longer triggers melee mute. Okay. Ring of Spears. Reduced cost from 18. Added melee increased. Okay, so we're all good there. Rotted Arrow. I believe this is from the... I think this is the mod you get from the boss from Yesha, actually. The one that shoots the bow and arrow. Forget his name. He like teleports and stuff like that, and he shoots the bow and arrow at you. Increased base impact damage. Increased impact weak spot modifier. Oh wow, 50 to 125. Increased explosive damage. Okay, so it looks like Rotted Arrow got some good changes. Use charges from 3. Okay, so good quality of life. Scrap Shot. I think that's the... yeah, that's the original like mod you get. Song of a Fear. Reduce enemy damage reduction from 15 to 10. Ah, so they nerfed it. So they nerfed the damage reduction from enemies. Voltaic Rondure. Probably scales will increase mod damage bonuses. Ranged mutators. Alright, so now we're getting into mutators. Extender, increased capacity bonus from 40 to 45%, increased reload speed bonus from 15 to 20, and fixed initiative where extender remained invisible on any. Okay, so extender got a buff. Bullet Weaver no longer affects both weapons. Alright, I guess that was a bug. Momentum, reduced crit bonus per stack. Again, reducing the crit bonus here. Lively, reworked primary behavior to factor base damage dealt instead of kills. Twisting Runes, increased bleed duration from 200 over 10 to 200 over 20 seconds. Okay, so it got a nerf, I guess. Because now, instead of over 10 seconds, it's over 20. So it would do less damage, but it lasts longer, I guess? I don't know. That's weird. Transpose, reduced damage, range damage bonus from 20 to 15, reduced duration from 20 to 15 seconds. Time Wave, reworked primary to increase range damage to slowed enemies. Reworked L10 to apply slow on mod usage for 5 seconds. Increased range of slow application from 7.5 meters to 10 meters. Refunder, increased max refund chance from 35 to 50. Oh, okay. And reduced, level 10. That's what that means. I'm level 10. So reduced level 10 bonus from 50 to 25. Okay. Alright. Failsafe, increased maximum mod damage to 20% to 25%. Ghost Shell, reduced consecutive weak spot hit requirement by 1. Feedback, increased level 10 bonus from 10 to 15% dealt into mod power. Okay, so that's a little bit of a buff. Deadly Calm, increased ramping damage bonus from 20% to 25% over 3 seconds. Battery, fixed an issue, sometimes applied all stacks, fixed an issue that prevented stack out. Okay, so that's a bug fix. Spirit Healer, reduce mod spend requirement from 500 to 300 to 150 to 50. Reduced healing per mod spend and increased duration from 5 to 10. Alright, so the little buff slash balance change there for Spirit Healer. Ingenuity, reduce max heat reduction, increase maximum reload speed bonus, and increase the max reload heat range from greater than 92 over greater than 85%. Sequence Shot, increased buff duration from 3 to 5, reduced total stacks from 20 to 15. Bottom Heavy, reduced baseline, changed level 10, 1.5 reload speed per 10% magazine missing. Bottom Feeder, renamed to Spirit. Oh, so they're renaming it to Spirit Feeder. Reworked design. Reloading increases the damage of the attached mod by 25% for 5 seconds. Oh, attached mod. Okay, that's pretty cool. Level 10, casting attached mod increases reload speed by 25%. Okay. So you increase your mod damage, and then casting the mod increases your reload speed. So that's actually kind of cool. Fetid Wounds, reduce corrosion and added interaction with slow. Okay, so Fetid Wounds now applies slow. Okay. I believe. Added interaction with slow, so we can slow and corrode people? Or corrode enemies? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments below. Sleeper, reduced stow time requirement and increased proc durations. Dreadful, fixed the bug preventing it from rewarding the damage bonus. Reduced gray percent requirement, reduced damage bonus, and increased reload speed bonus. Prophecy, change level 10 bonus to movement speed per stack. So the melee mutators. Vampire Blade, increased maximum melee bonus from 25 to 30. Reinvigorate, increased level 10 charge melee bonus from 15 to 20. Overdrive, rework base effect to scale with level, change duration of base effect to be static, and remove the critical damage from base effect. Striker, fixed initiative, prevented stacks, adjusted so stacks now fall off one at a time. Misfortune, fixed initiative, preventing unique status effects from properly calculating. Increase maximum damage, increase level 10 duration. Steadfast, reduce damage reduction. Disengage, reduce strike requirement from 5 to 3. Increase damage per stack from 10 to 15%. Transference, level 10. Rework level 10 to increase reload speed by 50% after ammo transfer. Okay. Vengeful Strike, increased minimum damage bonus from 20%. Resentment, increase minimum damage and increase maximum damage. Okay, so Resentment looks like it got a slightly bigger buff. Shielded Strike, increase max per strike shield bonus from 4 to 5, increase max total shield from 40 to 50%, and reduce the duration from 10 seconds to 5 seconds. Okay, so you just need to attack quicker, but you get a longer shield. Okay. Weapon Lord, increase strike bonus from 10% to 15 per stack, and then reduce strike bonus duration and reduce strikes required for level 10 crit. Dervish, change level 10 to base damage dealt instead of on kill and remove level 10 cooldown. Shocker, reduce strikes required to proc from 5 to 3. That is awesome. So Shocker requires 2 less hits now. Pretty cool. Opportunist, I don't think no one really. Wait, what? Critical buff now lasts for 2 seconds instead of next melee hit. Tainted Blade, reduced damage from 500 to 250, reduced duration from 20 seconds to 10 seconds, and reduce max damage buff bonus to 10. Okay, so Tainted Blade got a huge nerf because everybody was using it. Guts, fix a bug preventing maximum crit damage from being attained. Okay, so this is more of a bug fix. Executor, increase max range from 10 meters to 20 meters. Alright, so then, oh, God, I'm telling you guys, it's a bunch of stuff. A bunch of stuff got changed. We're just now getting into trinkets. So, Abrasive Whetstone, got a nerf. Unk of Power, got a nerf. Birthright of the Lost, increased exposed debuff from 10 to 15. Add 10% bonus to all damage. Okay, so I believe that's the one amulet. I want to say it was from Yasha. Birthright of the Lost, and I think that's the one where you can mix it with the ring to get Misty Step. Butcher's Fetish, reduced duration. Okay, so nerfed. Cost of Betrayal, increased damage bonus from 20 to 25%, increased damage taken penalty from 20 to 25%, reduced relic recharge delay from 30 to 15%. More damage, more pain, have the recharge right now, you just need to survive to reap the benefits. Thanks, devs. Daredevil Charm, removed damage taken penalty, slightly increased movement speed buff per missing armor piece. Alrighty. Decayed Margin, increased melee damage from 25 to 35, and increased life steal from. Okay, so that got a buff. Death's Embrace, reduced all damage bonus from 20 to 15. Added 10% all damage bonus when below 50% HP. Death Soaked Idol, increased damage bonus from 5 to 6% and added interaction with slow. I wonder what that means. Okay. So that's the one where the amulet was added in the new DLC. It was like you get increased 5%. Or yeah, you get like 5% damage buff for enemy you know, enemies afflicted with status effects or something like that. So I wonder what this slow is. There we go. So that got a little bit of a change. Difference engine, increased lifesteal value from 1. Okay, so that got a little bit of a buff. Downward spiral, increased ranged bonus and ranged melee bonus. Emergency switch, increased relic save chance and reduced cooldown. Okay. Energized neck coil. Overload can now properly activate the explosion. Fixed explosion damage calculations to be more accurate. Reduced status damage bonus from 25 to 20. Enabled explosion size to scale with amplitude. Yes! Okay. And then reduce base explosion range. But it now scales with amplitude. That is pretty cool. Cool. Can't wait to see that. Full Moon Circlet, increased range damage bonus from 20 to 25%. Gift of Euphoria, reduced stamina threshold from 25 to 20. Reduced duration from 7 seconds to 5 seconds, adjusted so that stacks fall off one at a time. That ties with the burden rings. Remove max health reduction, added 5% per burden lift. Oh, okay, so it doesn't reduce your health anymore. It adds 5% move per burden lifted. Okay, so this is a fire change. That is going to be interesting. So that is probably going to be incorporated into some builds now. Gunfire Security Lantern, increase rate of automatic ammo fill. Gunslinger Charm, they increase the reload speed. Hyperconductor, reduced skill cooldown penalty from 50 to 25% and removed moderate generation penalty. Okay, so Hyperconductor got a little bit of a buff. Indignant Fetish, removed enemy damage requirement, works on any damage taken. Reduce all damage bonus from 25 to 20, reduce duration for 20, and fix the case where buff remained on unequipped. Earnhardt Overcharger, increased movement grace period and clarified the initial standing still duration requirement as 0.5 seconds. The Jester's Bell, reduced all damage bonus from... Okay, so they nerfed the Jester's Bell by 5%. Increased mod gen for the Kinetic Shield Exchanger. Lamer Sensor, reduced mod cost penalty. Leto's Amulet, increased stamina cost reduction. Necklace of Supremacy, increased full health damage bonus from 25 to 20. Reduced time to proc 7 seconds to 5 seconds. Okay. Nightweaver's Grudge, everybody uses. Reduced crit chance and increased range from 15 to 20 meters. So again, nerfing the crit chance. One-Eyed Joker Idol, reduced stamina cost penalty. Onyx Pendulum, change bonus for 25 added to 1.2 multiplier. Reduced threshold trigger from 150 base damage to 100. Samoflange, increased damage reduction duration from 2 seconds to 5 seconds. Shade Bloom Crystal, okay, they increased the damage bonus on that. Stalker's Brand, increased base range bonus from 10 to 12.5, max 25%. Soul Anchor, rework to increase all damage by 20 while at least one summon is active. Okay. Twisted Idol, increased encumbrance reduction. Oh, by 20. Okay, so that got a little bit of a buff. And Whispering Marble, reduced all damage bonus per bulwark stack. Okay, so they nerfed the bulwark stack on Whispering Marble. Alright, so now we're finally getting into rings. Acid Stone, they increased the damage on acid bonus. Ahane Crystal, changed to additive damage bonus, reduced damage per stack from 5 to 4, and again, added interaction with slow. Oh man, we're gonna have to take a look at this slow thing. Again, let me know down in the comments below if you guys know what this means. Akari Warband got nerfed. minus 5% on each. Tari booster applies benefits to both heavy, carry, and turret mode. Oh, and turret mode, okay. Atonement Fold, reduced crit bonus from 10 to 5. Oh, that stinks. Band of Cord, increased ammo bonus. Bitter Memento, added 33.5% health to gray health conversion on skill use. The Blackout Ring changed to increase reload speed per 20% missing magazine. Blasting Cap got a buff. Braided Thorns changed to grant 10% crit chance, removed on-kill behavior. Bridge Warden's Crest, increased melee damage bonus, increased duration. Okay, so that got a little bit of a buff, I guess. Burden of the Audacious, increased healing on perfect dodge. Burden of the Destroyer, increased range penalty. Burden of the Divine, increased damage penalty, reduced shared healing. Okay. Burden of the okay, so they changed almost all the burden rings. Burden of the Follower, reduced mod generation. Burden of the Gambler, reduced, again, reducing the crit damage, bro. Like, we are losing our crits. Burden of the Mariner, reduced skill cooldown penalty, and increased mod generation from 10 to 5 per skill on cooldown. Burden of the Silenced, reduced ammo reserves penalty. Okay, so that's a little bit of a buff. So, it's a little change, but it doesn't hit your ammos as much. Cataloger's Jewel, mod per second, 8 to 10. Okay, so that got a buff. So I used to use this all the time for mods. Before I unlocked Archon, like, I used Cataloger's Jewel a lot. Propulsion Loop, increased duration, 7 to 10 seconds. Conservation Seal, increased max save chance from 25 to 50. Crimson Dreamstone, increased damage bonus from 1 to 2%, reduced stacks, reduced duration, and stacks fall off from one at a time now, instead of all together. Increased reserves from 25 to 35. Devoured Loop. Okay, change to grant 1 charge per proc per skill. Okay. Digested Hog Lore, Grand Scavenger Ring, Dried Clay Ring, Elevated Ring, Embrace of Shahala, Andaria's Endless Loop, Bay Hunter Ring, Phalan's Sigil got increased mod gen, and Faerin's Sigil got increased mod generation. Firestone has more fire damage. Focusing Shard, increased spread reduction, and increased duration. The Grounding Stone, that's shock damage. Cast Ring, Painless Obsidian. I mean, we're getting a probability cord. Reduced critical damage bonus from 30 to 20%. Again, with the fucking crit damage. Provisioner, Reaping Stone, Reserve Boosting Gem, Ring of the Damned, Ring of Deflection, Stocking, Retribution, Ring of the Veins, Sapphire Dreamstone, increased skill doing refund from 3 for 4. Okay, so that's a little bit of a buff. Shade bonus, skill damage, increase. Okay, buff again. Singed Ring, change to additive damage bonus and increased damage bonus from 10 to 12. Oh, damn. So they changed the Singed Ring. It was multiplicative, now it's additive. So, rip Singed. But again, we'll have to see how that works. Stone of Expand, Stone Coupler, Tempest Conduit. Oh man. Zania's Malice. Increased stacks from 3 to 4. Reduce bonus per stack from 10 to 5. So 10, 20, 30. Now 5, 10, 15, 20. Reduced duration from 7 to 5. Okay, so that got a nerf, pretty much. Zohe's Ring, increased mod duration. Okay. Alright, so the relics. Broken Heart. Increased speed at which 50% health granted on use. Added innate -2 health regen above percent health and disabled interaction with other healing items. Lifeless Heart removes all healing, added a 50% use speed bonus. The Paper Heart. Let's see what they did here, because this thing is useless. Heals 100% of max health over 0.1 seconds. Grants 10 stacks of Paper Heart for 10 seconds. Dealing 75 base damage of any damage type, removes 1 stack of paper health. And after 15 seconds, remaining stats are converted to gray health. Like anything related to Leywise, Paper Heart is fake to better represent the phony nature of the heart. We cleaned up how the stacking behavior works. Dealing base damage will remove stacks, and if any of them remain after the time, they are converted into gray, which may not be a bad thing. So Paper Heart got a change. Salvaged Heart, reduced use speed bonus. I almost use this all the time. Tormented Heart. Fix the bugs calling really. Okay, this is the one that explodes when you use it. Increase use speed, reduce lifesteal amount, and probably scales with lifesteal and lifesteal advocacy bonuses. Okay. Relic fragments. Okay, so they reduced a lot of the, well, mostly the damage and armor stuff. So armor effectiveness is down to 10%, melee crit damage, range crit chance, range crit damage, skill duration, and weapon spread all got nerfs. Concoctions, meat shake, got a nerf. Bloodtooth tonic, got a nerf. Mudtooth stew, got a nerf. Root water got a slight buff. Sacred lake water, I guess, got a buff. Sanguine vapor removed incoming damage penalty and reduced the life. Okay, so they reduced the added damage to yourself, but reduced some of the lifesteal. Okay, so that's not too bad. Tranquility font reduced all bonuses from 25 to 20. General stuff, don't really use most of this stuff, and then miscellaneous fixes. These are all the fixes right here, and I think that is it, and that is all of the bug fixes. I know this is a shit ton, and this video probably went way over than I anticipated, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys a visual on what is coming with the next update. A lot of changes, a lot of stuff's being changed, not including all of the new stuff that we are getting from the new DLC. So all the new weapons, the new amulets, the new rings, new regolith fragments, the invoker archetype, new relics probably, you know, bunch of stuff. So like I said, I'll post this link down in the description below, and yeah, that is all the new patch notes coming into Remnant 2, and then along with the DLC. So by the time this video will be posted, I will probably be going live today at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to catch me, we'll be live on there. The schedule is already on the channel. So if you want to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and then you'll see that we are going live Tuesday, April 23rd, 7 p.m. Eastern time, playing the new DLC. So if you want to come on by, chit chat, see how it is, and see what you're getting, what we're about to get into, and see all the new content, drop on by. I'd love to have you. And also, we have our Discord link down in the description below. We talk all about a bunch of games, but of course Remnant 2 will be in there. Be posting a bunch of updates, and of course, builds are coming, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Deuces.